yeah. But I'd like for you to go with me. I'm not going to hold you long. Go with me. Lord, they keep letting me get up early and I keep still preaching long. But anyway, go with me to the 30th number song. The 30th number song. I won't hold you long. And I looked at this and looked at this. I came to understand that the Christians, the believers, are hurting more than the world. And I looked at that. We got more problems. We got more troubles. Our children are bad. We got more children. You know, things just don't seem right sometimes for the believers. And I had to evaluate that and even step into it once again. 95.5% of the trouble that I've endured in life, I caused. 95.5%. I caused it. But the mind blinds us to say God got something against you. Your family line been cursed, or you've been cursed because of your heritage. But I looked at me and I said, God, my dad ain't did that much wrong to cause me this many problems. But I had to take the eyesight off of him and look at me. And I found out that he did what he wanted to do. That was his choice. And I had choices to do what I want to do. So I can't blame him for my downfall. I can't. But I'm not just because my dad like this. My mama drunk, I'm a drunk. Yeah. That's how we do it. Because of who my heritage is, my family line, my family tree, that I fall victim of that. And I looked at this character in the Bible, and he's one of the characters in the Bible, and it just seemed like, he was at one point in time my type of fella, because I felt I could relate to David. I felt that me and David had something in common. And looking at David, I found out 95.5% of the problems that David didn't do it wasn't because the Lord was trying to get his protection. Because David, just as being David, some people feel sorry for, why the Lord cause them so much wrong, what the Lord trying to get them to see. And find out, Lord ain't with this. But anyway, third number song. I hope I help somebody. Third number song. We're going to deal with that first verse, 1 through 5. It begins to read as follows. And it says, David, I will exalt thee, O Lord, for thou hast lifted me up, and hast not made my foes, my enemies, to rejoice over me. Look at David. I'm going to help out for a minute. David said, O Lord my God, I cried unto thee, and thou hast healed me. The quickness of me healed me. Something was wrong. He was sick. He healed me. He says, O Lord, thou hast, once again, the quickness, brought up my soul from the grave. Thou hast kept me, the quickness of me kept me alive, that I should not go down to the pit. David said, sing unto the Lord, O ye saints of his, and give thanks at the remembrance of his holiness.
Yeah.
David said, look at this. for his anger. That they had a relationship.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
David said, for his anger endured but a moment. What scares me is the anger, because I don't know how long his moments are. But David said, he comes back, he said, don't get scared, Anthony. He says, in his favor is life. Because he loves me. He said, weeping, crying, it may endure for a night.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those who didn't know that scripture where it was. But joy cometh in the morning. We want to talk about this morning beyond the bitter to the sweet. You can be seated. Beyond the bitter to the sweet. To look and to move beyond. In other words, look past. Go past. See through the bitter so you can get to the sweet. I've never been a real baker in my life, but I used to watch my grandmother make cakes. And she would start out with little flour, little baking soda, and she might turn her back and go to the refrigerator to grab a butter and some eggs, but I would take my finger, and stick it in. Then I would taste it. Just life. Then I'd get out of the way and she'll mix some eggs up in a bowl, and she would pour the eggs in there and stir it up again. I'll ease back over there and top it. Little kids, you get someone's attention, you stick your finger back. Dirty, nasty finger, and taste it. Just wasn't right. Then she'd get the butter and melt it on the stove and pour the butter. I used to like butter, you go stick your finger. I don't know where y'all like. You go stick your finger in the butter when I was coming up. I was just rapping my day, and I stick my finger in the butter, before time passed. I figured when you put that butter in there, that was gonna make a difference. The butter had to make the difference. Now go and stick that finger in there again. Taste it. Still wasn't right. Then I see a big sugar bowl on the side. Scoop the sugar in there. That sugar, that got to do with it. Yeah, that putting that sugar, that all that gives me the taste that I'm looking for. And she'll pour that sugar in there and stir it up and flop it around in there. Then she'll come to me and she'll say, taste it. Now that's if, I didn't know what was going on, not knowing I had flour on the side. I already, but she put a little spoon or something and said, taste it. See how it tastes. And it started to taste like a taste that I enjoyed. I knew that's good. She would roll it up, mix it up real tight and roll it up to turn to a dough. And she'll cut another little piece out. Taste it. Oh yeah. Those cookies not as coming to be as the cookies which I've known. And then she'll roll it up and cut out those sections and put it on the pan, and from the pan to the oven, and from them out of the oven, and she'll put it on a cookie, a little bowl where they was ready, and they were nice and hot and warm, and I wouldn't have milked them. I just would grab my cookie hot and toss it up and down in my hand, and just couldn't eat it because it was too hot. I just tossed it. Didn't have sense enough to put it down. But I would toss it until it got cool, and then I would take a bite out of it. And you know what I realized? When I took that bite out of the fully developed teaching, I forgot all about it. I forgot all about all my little taste tests. I forgot about the bitterness. I forgot about, the taste that it left in my mouth. I forgot about how they squeezed and fried and frowned up because now I have a finished product. And it was sweet just like I like it.
Oh, yeah.
David said, I messed up. We wonder why David has so many numbers that he wrote in the Psalms. So many cries, so many songs, so many prayers. We know that David took Bathsheba and killed you. We know all that about David. We know David conquered Goliath. We know David was Jesse's baby. So we know all that stuff about David. David was a rascal. God had allowed Israel while David was at home chilling to go out and defeat the Amorites. David had defeated the Amorites. We know about Goliath, but Goliath had some more friends that was in family that also were giants that Israel was able to destroy while David was at home chilling. God had been good to Israel through the leadership of David, but Israel was constantly in warfare, kind of like our life today. We are constantly in some type of warfare, either at home, in our relationship, on the job, in our finances, in our friendship, in our church home, in our auxiliary. We are constantly in warfare. So here David, once again, knowing that we just came out of 2 fights. I'm getting ready to go probably into another fight. So David called his sergeant at arms, his right-hand man, Joab. Him fighting and crying. Because Joab was the one who went and got Uriah and brought him back home. And Uriah still wouldn't speak with his wife. So Joab was the one who put Uriah back on the front line to make sure he get killed to help David cover up his neck. Y'all better help him. David called in his chief of staff and said, hey, I need you and your men to go number the people, count all the people of the tribe of Israel, and by Joab knowing the goodness of God, he told David, wait a minute, all God has done for us, we've been outnumbered before, but God made the difference. They had more strength than us, but God has made the difference. They've been smarter than us, but God has made the difference. David, have you forgotten that God is the only one that knows the count of the sand? David, have you forgotten that God is the only one that knows the count of the strings in your hair? David, God has protected us. Why are you concerned about how many men we have in our army? With God on our side, it don't make a difference how many we have. You can testify to that. The numbers just don't count. But once again, me and David, you know, we don't know it, but David got the fire himself.